Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to integrate Google Play game services achievements inside your Expo React Native application. So let's get started. So in case if you don't know what Google Play game services is, it's basically like some services if you're making a game app or a game with any kind for Android. So it is only for Android. You can use whatever technology you want, but it should be a game and it should be Google Play game services only for Android. So yeah, let's get started. So like I mentioned, this would be an Expo React Native application only for Android. For iOS there is something called Game Center. If you are curious, I can make a video about it, but someone needs to help me out with that $99 fees. I can't do that. Yeah, it's also one more thing is Google Play game services also require a pay Google Play console account. So I have already paid $10 or $12, something like that, to Google. But the advantage with Google Play game services is like Google Play console is that you need to pay it only once for your entire lifetime. The problem with Apple iTunes account is you have to pay $99 every year. That's why I can't really pay it, because I don't really have a use case for it now. But if you want me to help you out with Game Center, do let me know in the comments. But yeah, I would require help from someone of you with the paid Apple developer account. Anyways, let's get started. So first we will create a an Expo React Native application. So I will be using this blank TypeScript template. Feel free to use whatever template you prefer. The reason I'm using blank TypeScript is because it has very less boilerplate code. So to create an Expo React Native project with blank TypeScript template, this is the command for it. So I will just go into my workspace directory and paste this particular command, and it will create a project for us. Now it will ask me for the project name and all that stuff. I'll quickly enter that. So I'll just enter my app. You can name it whatever you feel like. So it will install a bunch of npm dependencies, so let it do its thing. So in the meantime, what I will do is I will quickly open it inside VS Code. So here is the app. Now few things. If you see inside our project, there is no Android folder. We need to write some native code for this Google Play game services. That's why we require this Android folder. So to generate the Android folder, you will have to go to this particular documentation. You will have to select Android device. Here you will have to select development build. If you want, you can enable ES. I will be building it locally, that's why I have disabled it. I am on Mac OS. Select your own operating system. Then I have already installed Watchman. I have already installed Cas Zulu. I have set the Java home path as well. I have already installed Android Studio. If you haven't done all these steps, you will have to do it. So I have already done all the steps. Then I'll just scroll down, and will have to run this particular command. So I'll just copy this. My project is ready. I'll just cd into my project. I'll paste this particular command. So it will install some other dependency which is required for native Android folder. So let it do its thing. Then we'll have to scroll down, and then we'll have to run this particular command as well. So this will actually create the Android folder for us. So again, I'll just run this command. So this will, previously it used to ask for package name. Now it just creates an anonymous package name, which is really bad. I don't really like this. So but the problem with Google Play console is it requires the package name. Now this error, you can ignore it. I don't have an Android emulator installed. Later on I will run it on a real Android device. Don't run it on emulator, you will face issues. So yeah, so ignore this issue. It will, in your case, if you have an emulator, it will ask you to run it on emulator. Don't run it, no use. Okay, because we haven't done really anything. So firstly, like it says here, you can see it gave us a really bad package name. So this it automatically set. I hope in future they provide at least us an option. This used to be an option for us to set a package name, but now they again have removed it and automatically assigning us the package name, which is really bad according to me. But yeah, we'll have to change the package name, because I'm pretty sure this package name must already be occupied, and Google Play console will throw us an error if we try to use this package name. So what I will do is I will go to my I will just search for com.anonymous.myapp. okay, and here I will just change the package name. So I will change it to my awesome Expo app, you will change it to your own package name. Okay, so don't copy mine, because I will be using this package name in Google Play Console, it won't work for you. Then we'll have to go to this namespace as well over here, so I'll change it over here as well as over here. Then here also inside Android manifest, I will change it over here. Then for this activity package name, but here you can see it has created a folder name anonymous, so we'll have to change the folder name as well. So for now I'll just change it over here, and there was one more place, right, in main application, so I'll just change it over here as well. Now again I'll just rename this, rename anonymous to, we just have to rename it to whatever was your middle name. So my middle name was My Awesome Expo App, right? So I'll just name it. So here it is, see, My Awesome Expo App, my app. So that was my package name. So your folder structure should also look like this, otherwise you will get unnecessary errors as well. Hopefully that should be it. Now what I'll do is I'll open this Android folder inside Android Studio, because later on we need to obtain the SHA-1 certificate, and I always make it a mess when I try to run the key tool command. That's why I try to obtain the SHA-1 using Android Studio only, because that's the safest according to me, but you can use whatever option you feel like. So I'll just go to my application, click on the Android folder and open. Now again this will take Gradle syncing a little bit of time, let it do its thing, we don't really care. Now given that we have already created this Android folder, now I'll just close everything in the meantime. Okay, now this Android folder has been created. We have to create a module as well, so for Android, and we will be writing all the native code inside that particular module. So what we will do, we'll have to go to this particular documentation, and we'll have to copy this particular command, and again I'll just paste it over here. Now again it will ask us for some name. I'll keep everything as default, feel free to change the name whatever you feel like. So let's just wait. So I'll just do Y. Okay, let's just wait for a second, anytime soon. So yeah, I'll just click enter, change it to whatever you feel like. Now if you see, it has created the native module, so it has created the modules folder. Inside that we will be only concentrating on Android, ignore the iOS one, we don't really care about iOS. So yeah, that's it on the setup side. Now we will have to go to Google Play Console, so you will need to pay Google at least over $10 to $12, whatever is the fee, I don't really remember it, but it is for lifetime, so that's the good part. So pay it, and then we'll head to Google Play Console. Paying Google the required amount, you will have to come to play.google.com/console, and here you will see this create app button. For me, I have already created a few apps, that's why they are coming up over here, but in your case you should not see any app. So I'll just click on this create app button now. Now we will need to provide the app details. So yeah, again I'll keep everything as simple. I will name it as Expo Try, you can name it whatever you feel like. Now this has to be game, it cannot be an app, otherwise Google Play Game Services will not work for you. Here you can see what choose whatever you feel like. I'll just select free, I'll check this checkbox, and I'll click on create app. Now let it create the app. Okay, once the app has been created, we'll have to go to grow users, play game services, setup and management, configuration. Now here, if you are already using any play game services inside your project, you will have to select this one, but mine is a brand new project, I'm not using anything, so I'll just click on create new, create a new play game service project. Now here you will have to click on the create new cloud project, and here you will have to click on go to Google Cloud Console. Now over here I would highly recommend you keep the name as same whatever you have typed it inside your Google Play Console. So I wrote it Expo Try, so I will keep the name as same. This, if you keep name different, it might break for you, so I don't want that. So yeah, here you can see it is creating the project for me. Let's just wait for it to create the project. Now I'll just click on select project. Okay, so it has selected the project. I'll just click on this, click where is it, I'll go to dashboard. Where are the other options? Okay, I'll click on view all products. Okay, I'll click on API and services. This keeps changing a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, we have to come over here. Then here we will have to click on enable API and services. Oh, not sorry, I made a mistake. I'll just go back. Firstly, we'll have to click on credentials, and here we'll have to click on create credentials, auth client ID. So here I will just click on configure consent screen, and here we will select external, click create, and here you will have to give your app some name. Again, I'll keep things simple, Expo try. Now here you will have to select your support email ID. I won't select it now because this is my primary email ID, but you will have to select, click on this drop down, it will show you your email ID. Then just scroll down, and I'll just dismiss this, and here you can either keep the same email ID which you have selected at the top, or you can give a new email address as well. This doesn't really matter, but it's important you provide something over here. And then you just have to click on save and continue. So I'll just click on save and continue. Okay, once this is done, again I'll just click on save and continue, and here you can add some test users. I would highly recommend add your test users, because we are not publishing the app to Google Play Store yet, so we will be requiring some test accounts. So I will just add this test account, give evidence at gmail.com. okay, I'll click on add, click add again, and here you can see it has added my email ID. I'll just click on save and continue, and again I'll just click on back to dashboard. Then I will again click on credentials, click create credentials, auth client ID, select Android. Here you will have to give your Android package name. So for me it was, what was it, com dot okay, I forgot. So I'll just go to the Android folder, app src main java main activity. So this was my package name, right? So I'll just copy this, I'll come over here again, I'll just paste this. Now we require the SHA-1 certificate. So there are two ways. I'll just show you the two commands. So you can either run this particular command to get your SHA-1, or you can run the second command. I have noticed most people run the second command. Like, I would also recommend run the second command, but for me it always take the wrong key store, so it gives me the wrong SHA-1. That's why I don't try to run this command. But for release APK, make sure you run this command. For release APK, you will have to change the key store path. So this should be your release key store path, as well as the release key store name. This should be your release alias name, release store password, and release key password. These are all default values for debug APK key, but I'm not using that. I'll just use this one because I'm using the debug APK key. I'll open Android Studio, I'll go to terminal, I'll close this, and here I'll just paste this particular command ./gradlew signing report, and it will generate the SHA-1 for me. So I'll just scroll at the top. You have to take the first SHA-1. There are multiple SHA-1s, so don't get confused. If I scroll at the very top, here you can see we want this one, debug, because we are using debug APK. So I'll just copy this particular part, copy it, and I'll paste it over here. Okay, then again if you're publishing it to Google Play Store, I'll recommend verify ownership as well. I'm not doing that. I'll just click on create. Now this will give us a client ID. This is pretty much useless, so I'll just click on OK, then click on create credential again, auth client ID, select web application, and click on create. Now this is important, so just copy this client ID. I'll copy this client ID and I'll just paste it inside my app.tsx. I'll use it later on. Now I'll just click on OK. So yeah, now again I'll go back to Google Play Console. I'll click on done over here, and just click on refresh, and here you should be able to see your project. So here it is, my project Expo try. If you're not able to see it, just wait for a few minutes. You should be able to see it. If still not, then you might have made some mistake, or the Google server is down. Then I'll just click on use. Okay, then I'll click on create credentials. Just click on this add credential button. We have already created the credential, we just have to map it to the Google Cloud credential. Select Android. You can enable anti-piracy. I'm inside debug mode, like we will be running debug apk, so not really needed. Here select auth client id, select the Android client, click save changes. And then again go back and here again click on add credential. Now I will select game server and click on refresh auth client id, select the web client id which we have already created, and just click on save changes again. Okay, so once this is done, again I'll go back to my configuration, and here this we will do later on. So this is code thing which we don't have to worry about. Then we'll have to click on publish project, so I'll just click on review and publish. And here we have to so these steps require our attention, so I'll just click on description first, and here I will just copy the display name as the description itself. Then select your game category, I'll keep it as action, select whatever you feel like. And here we have to upload our game icon as well, so I'll just click on the upload button. I already have one game icon created for me, so I'll just I've created using AI, so yeah, maybe you can do that as well. And we also require a feature graphic, so I'll copy this feature graphic as well and upload it over here. Let's just wait for it to upload. So yeah, then we can just click on save changes. Now I think we are ready to publish. So again I'll go back to configuration. I'll just click on review and publish. I'll click on publish and click publish game project. Okay, so our game has project has been published. Then again I'll just come back to configuration. Now all we have to do is write some code inside app.tsx as well as inside this main Android folder. Not main Android folder, sorry, we will have to write inside this modules folder. So what I will do is I will write all this code and then I'll come back and explain it to you all the stuff. Okay, so I have written all the code. Now I will just show you what all code I have written. So first we will have to go to modules. Okay, then we'll have to go to src my modules.ts, and here you can see I have defined two methods. So these are present by default when we created the Expo module. I have defined two more methods called login and second is called check login. So both of them are asynchronous and both return promise, but we will send the actual user data as well by using some different methods. So if I just show it to you, we will be using this change event payload to send that data back to React Native side from our native code. So first make sure you just add these two methods inside your mymodule.ts file. Once that is done, we will have to go to the main Android folder. We will have to go to app src main android manifest.xml, and here before our application tag ends we will have to add this metadata tag. So you can just copy this, and here this particular value should be your project ID. So if I go back to my Google Play console, so here is my project ID, I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so once this is done, I'll just close this. We will have to go to modules, we will have to go to Android, we will have to go to build.gradle file, and here inside dependencies we'll have to add this dependencies for Google Play game services as well, because from this dependency itself we will be importing a lot of code. Once you add this particular thing inside build.gradle, we'll have to go to src java mymodule.kt, and here firstly make sure you add this particular imports which I have added. So yeah, just copy all these imports. Then inside our module we get hold of our context as well as our activity, and here we also create our game sign in client variable as well. So here also after this module definition inside I have overridden this onCreate method which is present by default, and here we first initialize our play games SDK and also initialize our game sign in client. So once these two variables are initialized, these all things are present by default. I have not done anything. We just have to scroll down. After this particular view ends, I have defined our method login which we defined inside our TypeScript file over here. So this login method will be called on a button click. So if the user is using our app for the very first time, he will have to click the button to login. The check login method, which I have called over here, which I have defined over here, will be called inside use effect of our application, which I will show you later on. But if the user is already signed in, we can immediately get the credential of the sign in user and then do whatever action, like navigate to some different screen or whatever you feel like. So again, coming back to my module.kt, this is our login method. So we just do game sign in client dot sign in dot add complete listener, and if sign in task is successful, we just do play games dot get player client current player dot add complete listener, and if task is successful, I am sending all the player data back to React Native side. So this is how we send the data back. In case of error, I am just displaying a toast message, but again, you can send, just like I'm sending this particular thing back to React Native side, maybe you can send an error message as well back to React Native side in using similar way. Or in case if there is some other issue also, I'm just displaying a toast message as well. Then in case of check login, again the same thing, game sign in client dot is authenticated add complete listener. If the user is authenticated, then we just do play games dot get play client pass our activity current player add complete listener. Then if task is successful, we send the same player data back to React Native side, otherwise we display a toast message similarly over here as well. So yeah, that's it. That's all code I have for my module.kt. Then you will have to go to your app.tsx file, and here you can see firstly I have added this import as well as use effect import, and I have added text touchable opacity and view from React Native. Ignore this use effect for now. Here you can see I've just created a function called check login, which inherently calls the check login method of our module. We will see that later on. And here you can see I have created one button as well, and on click of it we just do my module.login. That's it, nothing else. Now if you see over here inside use effect, we just add my module.add listener, and here is the on change event which we are looking for. This is on change because if you see my module.type.ts, if you go to, I think, change event payload, not change event payload, where is it? They have defined it somewhere, I'm not able to find it. Value style, let me go to index. No, not in index, somewhere it is there. By default this event is registered, so I don't have to worry about it. So here you can see on change event. So this is it, and it sends this particular value back. If you want, you can add more things as well, like error or something like that, but I haven't really touched this. This is present by default, so that's why we are listening for this. So whenever this check login or this login method is successful and it sends data back to our React Native side, I'm just adding, seeing whether it is not equal to undefined, not equal to null, not equal to empty, then only I'm logging it to the console. And also I'm calling this check login method inside use effect as well, because if the user is already signed in, we don't want the user to click on the login button again and again. So basically if you see inside my module.kt, we are using the same value prop as well as the on change event to send data back for both methods. So this is the same, as well as this is same as well for our login method. So yeah, that's it. Now let's see the output. Okay, so here is the output, and I'll just dismiss this particular part. Now I will just click on this login. Let's see if it works or not. And here you can see it has already printed whatever my login data is. So it printed twice for me because I was already signed in. Also, if you try to run this on a inside release mode, you will also see this login animation of the player. Here it is, I'm running on debug mode, so the performance is really bad for React Native because it has to support hot reload, hot restart, fast refresh, whatever you guys call it. But here you can see I'm able to see all the player details once I click on login button. So if I click on again, here you can see I'm able to see it. And if I so this is the thing right now. If I'll just do a fast refresh, I'll just do command R or R, and automatically, because we are also doing check login inside use effect, once our app is ready, here you can see it has automatically printed all the values of the player. Now if you want, you can just use all these values to depending on whether the player is signed in or not, do appropriate action like redirect the user to the main screen or whatever you feel like. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so once we have successfully integrated login inside our Expo application, the next thing is we will have to go to the achievements tabs on Google Play console, and we will be creating two types of achievements. So I'll just click on create achievement over here. I will give it some name. I will name it as test 1. You can name it whatever you feel like. I'll give it some description as well. I will upload some image icon for this. I'll just select this one. I'll open it, and here I will keep the initial state as revealed. Points I will keep it as 5. You can change it to whatever you feel like, and I'll just click on save as draft. Now technically you don't need to publish this achievement if you are using it, if you are testing it as a tester with the test email account which we have added, but I would highly recommend you to publish it. But make sure if you are publishing it, if your app is on Google Play console, it will be visible to all the users. So yeah, be mindful of that. Then again, I'll just go back over here. I'll click on create achievement. I will name it this as test 2. I'll again name the same description. I will upload an image icon as well. Okay, now I will make this achievement as incremental. So what incremental achievements are, basically, suppose if the user has completed 5 stages in your game, then only this achievement should be unlocked. So that is called an incremental achievement. So here you will have to decide how many steps the user needs to complete. I will keep it as 5. You can keep it whatever you feel like. I'll keep reinitial state as revealed, points as 5 as well, and I'll click on save as draft. Once this is done, again I'll just go back. I'll click on review and publish, and I'll click on publish. I'll click on publish changes. Okay, so our achievements have been published. Again, I'll click on this achievements tab over here. I'll come back to our application. Now I have written some more code. So firstly, you will have to go to your my module.ts file, and here as you can see, I have added few methods. Unlock achievement 1, which takes the achievement ID. Unlock achievement 2, which takes the achievement ID as well. Show all achievements. It will show a pop-up from Google Play Game Services as well, displaying how many achievements the user has unlocked and locked. The next one is load achievements. So here also you get data of all the achievements, but here no UI will be displayed. So you will get the data. It's up to you how you want to display the UI. And last one is reveal achievements. I didn't really find this useful, like this never really worked for me. I don't know what the use case of this is, but again I just wanted to show it to you in case if you are interested. So which also takes the achievement ID. Next, inside app.tsx, all I have done is that after our login button, I have added one more button. First one is called unlock achievement 1, and here we just called my module.unlock achievement 1. Now how to get the ID? You will have to go to Google Play console. So this is the ID. So I'll just go to the achievement 1. I will copy this ID and I'll paste it over here. Okay, similarly for unlock achievement 2 button, I'm just calling my module.unlock achievement 2. Again, I'll just go back to our previous screen. I'll go to unlock achievement 2. I'll copy its ID and I'll paste it over here. Okay, then third button is for my module.show all achievements. Next one is my module.load all achievements. Now while sending the data back from native side to React Native side, I'm sending it in form of string. You will have to decode it over here. But yeah, and also while sending it, I'm only sending the achievements name which have been unlocked, but you can send all other data as well, which I will show you shortly in case if you're interested in some other data apart from the achievement name to send back to React Native side. And last one is reveal achievement. Again, like I told you, I don't know what is the use case of this, but I just wanted to show you the code in case if you are able to figure it out. Do let me know in the comments what's the use case of this, and I will just use the achievement 1 ID over here as well. Okay, so something like this. Next, you will have to go to my module.kt. Firstly, just scroll up and make sure you have all these imports which I have. I think I have added this particular import, the toast import, log import, this particular import as well. So just make sure your imports matches mine. Okay, rest everything is pretty much the same. So I have shown you this, I have shown you this, I have shown you this, I have also shown you this part. Then if I scroll down, I have also shown you the login method, I have shown you the check login method as well. Then here, as you can see, I have defined a method asynchronous. You don't have to define it asynchronous. I think I made a mistake, because inside my module.kt this is not asynchronous, right? So what we can do, so if you see over here, by default they have created this method for synchronous, so will have to do define something like this. So what I'll do, I'll just scroll down, I'll remove this. So for unlock, again the name should be important, whatever you have used inside your TypeScript file. So this name is very important, which takes an achievement ID. And to unlock an achievement, you just have to do play games.get achievement client, pass our activity, unlock, pass our achievement ID. Similarly for unlock achievement 2, again it is not asynchronous, so I'll just remove that. Here is our unlock achievement 2, it takes an achievement ID. Then we just do play games dot get achievement client, pass our activity, and this is an increment achievement. So we can't use unlock, we have to use increment, pass our achievement ID. And here you can see I'm passing 1. So but our increment achievement had 5 steps, right? So I will have to click on this, call this method 5 times. So in our case I'll have to click on that button 5 times to unlock this particular achievement. And then show all achievement, it was show all achievement is asynchronous. Okay, so here it is asynchronous function. I'll come back to this. This is defined only because I want to use start activity for result. So here you can see all I'm doing, play games dot get achievement client, pass our activity, achievement intent, add a complete listener as well. And you don't really need to care about this, I just wanted to show it to you because it is in the documentation. Even if you remove these 4 lines of code, that's fine, because it displays a UI from Google Play Game Services, which we don't have to worry about. But even after displaying the UI, if you want to see what all data is present, you can use something like this, activity.start activity for result. And here you can see I'm using the start activity for result, and I'm just checking this particular variable. If the result is okay, then I'm just logging it to the console. But if you want, you can send this data back to React Native side as well. I don't find this data useful, that's why I'm not sending it back. Next, load achievements, it is an asynchronous because of promise. Okay, so here we just do play game dot get achievement client, pass our activity, load is true, add complete listener. If it is successful, then we get the achievement data. From that we get the achievement list. If achievement list is not equal to null, then only I'm filtering by those achievements whose status is unlocked, state is unlocked. If you don't want this filter, if you want locked achievements as well, you can remove this filter. Next, what I'm doing, given that this is a list, I'm converting it to a string. I'm comma separating all the items of the list, like comma space separated, and I'm only taking name, as you can see over here, of the achievement. And then I'm sending that entire string, which is comma separated by names, back to React Native side. Now, like I told you, I'm only interested in the names, but if you're interested in lot other things as well, you will have to open Android Studio. And what you can do, go to the my module.kt file, which is present over here. Okay, it will be something like this. You will have to go to my module.kt file, you will have to scroll down, and here if you want to check what all things are present, you can do something like this. So now this is a list, I will just do index 1, so first item, and not like this, not achievement name, it should be unlock achievements, or you can use achievement list, up to you. So here you can see these all things are present inside an achievement: name, state, achievement ID, current steps, description, formatted, current steps. So I'll leave that up to you what you want to use. I'm not really interested in that, I want to keep things simple. That's why I'm only sending the achievement names. In case of error, I'm just displaying a toast message. And here for reveal achievements, again it is synchronous function. So what I can do, I can just remove this async over here, and it takes an achievement ID as well. Okay, why this is not working? Okay, override. I think I made some changes from the Android Studio file, and that's why it was not working. Anyways, so function reveal achievements. Here is our achievement id, and here all I'm doing is play games dot get achievement client pass our activity dot reveal achievement id. Now, like I told you, this is not really working for me. I don't know why, but if you know, do let me know in the comments. Anyways, now let me run the application. So yeah, that's it. In case if you want, I can simply scroll through this file. Feel free to copy paste, feel free to pause the video and copy paste whatever you feel like. So yeah, that's it. Now let's look at the output. Okay guys, so here is the output. Now I will click on show achievements first, just to show it to you that none of the achievements have been unlocked yet. So I'm mirroring my device, so the output is little laggy. So here you can see both achievements are still locked. Now I will just close this down. I'll click on unlock achievement 1 button first. I'll click on this, and here you can see this kind of animation is also present once the user logs in, but unfortunately I don't know why this is not coming up. But now if I click on show achievements again, here you can see achievement 1 was unlocked. Okay, then I will click on unlock achievement 2. Now if you remember, I need to press this 5 times, right? I only pressed it 1 time. If I click on show achievements 1, you will see that only 20% is completed. Okay, again I'll just scroll down this. I'll click on it 4 5. Okay, I have clicked on it 5 times. Now here you can see again I'm seeing this achievement unlocked, and if I click on show achievements, here you can see both achievements have been unlocked. Now if I click on load achievements, sorry, I clicked on reveal achievements, but like I told you, nothing happens on reveal achievement. I'll click on load achievements, and here you should see, here you can see I'm able to display the unlock achievement values. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.